the next couple of weeks because our next AIM challenge is all about balance. I'm going to start that 10-day challenge on the 1st of April, so get yourself prepared for that. When we're focusing on balance, somebody emailed me yesterday and said, oh, I can't balance, I'm dreadful at balance. And guess what? If we think we're dreadful at balance, we're going to be dreadful at balance. And also just standing, we're balancing, and walking, we're balancing. And our body is so clever that it's constantly balancing its systems, balancing pH levels. So balance just doesn't mean, oh, I've got to try and stand on one leg. So when we're focusing on breathing, we want to find balance in our breathing so that we're not at some point really stressed out and our breathings are really chaotic, and then at other points our breath is calm. So we want to see if we can find that balance in our breath. So that's what we're going to focus on today. I'm going to jump on my other camera. I've just moved stuff around a little bit here so I've got a bit more space because I keep hitting the plants. Let's start off this morning with our knocking. So just find that stable foundation with a little bit of bend in the knees, connecting to the ground. Now if you joined the class on Thursday, we talked about that point underneath the ball of the foot. So it's right behind, sort of like the lever end of that big toe and in towards the center of the foot. So it's the ball of the foot. And in Qigong, this is called the bubbling spring or the bubbling well. And when we think of breathing, we just think of the diaphragm, but actually we want to think of the whole body connected. So I just want you to focus on this point on the foot. So as we do our rotation, actually I'm just lifting the heel off and I'm just gently pushing into the ground with that ball of the foot. So not really forcing into the ground, but if I'm mirroring you, I'm now going left ball of the foot, looking right, right. So just have that little bit of attention on the ball of the foot, almost sending you around in that direction. So tune into that. So that heel is just lifting off the ground. And then once you've found a really nice rhythm with that connection, bubbling well or bubbling spring, driving you in the opposite direction, tune in with the breath. So just let the breathing be natural, easy, soft, in and out through the nose. So the head can go in the direction that you are rotating, or if you start to get a little bit dizzy, it doesn't have to go all the way. You could just look to the side a little bit. Just let the arms naturally relax, upper body relax, shoulders relax. And just at a nice, easy pace, easy breathing. That connection to the ball of the foot. Again, you're not straining or forcing, but you just feel that connection. It's a bit like if you imagine if you think of the tube in London and there's that middle line down the track where they get the electricity from or the energy from. That point there is just your connection to the ground, your connection to the energy. And then slow it down, nice and easy. Nice and easy. Just shake out the legs if you need to, just those lower legs now. And from the hips, upper legs, thighs. Come back out to your shoulder width apart. Let's do some spinal cord breathing. So remember on this one, really make sure you dip a little bit. So you go into like a micro squat, and then we can extend and flex. And so you're tilting the pelvis, so you're spilling the energy out the front of the pelvis, and then you're spilling the energy out the back of the pelvis. So if this pelvis was a bowl, you're just doing a little bit of tilt and tuck, but then you're bringing that whole spine into it, looking up, lifting and opening the front of the spine, lifting your sternum, lifting your heart to the sky. Get into a nice rhythm. And then coordinate the breath if that's comfortable for you. So as you extend, breathe in. As you flex, breathe out. And again, this is just easy in and out through the nose. Just breathe the amount of air that you need. You don't need to pull too much air into the body. I was doing an Oxygen Advantage instructor training at the weekend, and one of the guys who was on the course came up with, said something really simple which really resonated with everyone, and that was you breathe through the nose, not with the nose. And I just thought that was so good, because if we think of nasal breathing, we often think, oh, I'm pulling all that air in, but you're not actually having to breathe, you're not having to use the nose to breathe, you're just breathing through the nose. Such a nice, simple way of thinking of nasal breathing. So you're just allowing the air in the body and then out. And if that's a struggle, if you're struggling with the breath, just breathe easy in and out through the nose. You don't necessarily have to breathe with the movement. But if you're comfortable breathing with the movement, then go with the movement. Let's do a couple more. And relax there. Just come hip width apart. Just feel now balanced. Weighted through the heel, but that bubbling well, bubbling spring still connected to the ground. Then you can use a string to lift the crown towards the sky. Really relax the shoulders. Step back out a little bit wider this time. So a little bit wider than shoulder. A little bit of bend in the knees. And we're going to, I'll mirror you again. So we're going to slide over to the left. So you just extend that leg without pulling. And then just look at your right foot. And then dip, extend, look at your left foot. Dip, see if you can dip a little bit in the middle, extend, look at your right, and then just rock side to side. So you're just swapping and then just looking, and swapping and looking. This was a really nice one. I got from Larry Camarada, one of my Qigong mentors. When we're doing like the spine wave, actually if you just want to slow it down, that's quite a nice way of slowing it down. And then when you've got that momentum and you've got that idea, you can start to do that lateral movement. But that's a nice way just to start it off. But if you're comfortable, then let the hips go and let the spine follow, let the hips go and let the spine follow. Again, we're doing these movements because we're mobilizing, energizing, creating space in the rib cage to allow the breath to be easy, effortless. and then slow it down. That's also a really nice way to help to strengthen the legs. Step back in and give a little bit of a shake. So remember, a shake is really good to release any tightness or tension in the body. If you're comfortable, then you can just tap the heels into the ground to keep that vibration going through the body. And actually my arms are almost just going with the vibration from the ground. I'm not necessarily doing strong shaking with my arms. And keep the shoulders, let the shoulders relax, upper body, upper back. And then slow it down, slow it down. Come into feet together. And just have a little tune in, just with the eyes open, connection to the ground again, lifting and lengthening. Really pay attention to the feet, that you're not grasping, that you can soften and relax the feet. Give your toes a little bit of a wiggle, keeping the knees soft. And then just lengthening up, really relaxing the shoulders. And just tune in with the breath. And a really nice place, a really simple place to notice is the nasal cavity. So you can really tune into that cooler air as it comes into the nose or through the nose. Warmer leaving. Just step out to about shoulder width again. Pop your hands just on the belly. And then just bring your attention to these abdominal muscles here or the belly as you breathe in. So again, I'm not forcing the breath in, I'm not pulling the breath in, I'm just feeling my natural rhythm. But see if you can just soften the belly so that you feel the belly just slightly expand as you breathe in. And then just come back to rest as you breathe out. And I like the point that Tom made actually on Saturday when we were doing one of our workshops, is just if you explore really changing the position, again without hurting yourself, what happens if I do this? Breathing just feels so difficult because it's trapped in my throat, it's tightening my back. So again, just bring balance to that structure, that strong central rotational axis of the spine. Relax the shoulders. And just feel how much easier it is just to allow the breath to be natural. Same thing, just tense the shoulders and see how you breathe. Oh, it doesn't feel good. And then just relax and let the shoulders relax. The more efficient we are in our postures, moving, standing, walking, running, the less oxygen we actually need, so the less work we have to do with the breath. So we need energy to hold our shoulders tense like this. So that means it's harder to breathe, and it also means we need to get more oxygen sent to the shoulders. But if you can relax and let go of the shoulders and use that really nice strong structure of that standing posture, you need less breath and you're directing the energy to where you need it. Just bring the hands now just onto the side of the ribs. Now again, if this creates tightness or tension in the shoulders, or you start to feel tense in the lower back or anything, then you can just hug yourselves, just so you feel. All we want to do is just make sure you're feeling these lower ribs on the side. If by hugging we start to slouch, then just to remember just to keep nice and tall. And I just want you to notice, if we're well balanced, that we can just allow the breath to, as you breathe in, slightly expand the ribs to the side, laterally, and then as you breathe out, they soften back in. You're doing the least amount of work. And then go to the back of the body. So you can just pop your hands on the back, and you can bend over a little bit, so you can almost tuck the pelvis a little bit, just so you can create a little bit of space in the back of the body. See if you can feel very subtle expansion across the back of the body. Just following the breath. And then let your arms rest by the side. Have a little shake out if you need to shake out. Move around a bit if you need to move around a bit. And then come back to balance, come back to that comfortable standing position. Feet shoulder width apart. Little bit of give in the knees, a little bit of softness in the knees. Now focus on the point in Qigong. This is called your lower Danchen, which is just below the belly button, in towards the spine, so between belly and back, belly and lower back. And when we're standing, here's your centre of gravity. So I want you just to very, very subtly move that centre of gravity forwards and backwards. So the least amount of work. It's like a tree swaying in the wind. If we've been to the classes before, when we think of that bamboo in the wind and you almost feel your body moving without you having to do anything, it's that subtle. And as you move back, you'll feel a little bit more weight through the heels. As you move forwards, just that little bit more weight, not in the toes, in that bubbling spring, in the ball of the foot. Don't want you to be grabbing with the toes. And then we're going to bring some arm movements with that. So as that centre of gravity moves subtly back, just let the arms float up in front. And then as it moves forward, your arms just drop or smoothly flow back down in front. So soft arms, really heavy arms, heavy shoulders. And get that really subtle movement. So when we're doing this movement, we're not just moving the arms, it's the whole body, it's the whole movement through the body. Nice and easy. And let's coordinate the breath with that. So as we glide back, breath in and breath out. Breath in, breath out. In, out. And I want you to get the sense of that the rhythm and the foot connection to the ground is almost creating the breathing. So as you rock back, breath comes in the body. As you rock forwards, breath out. And again, that breath is soft, easy, smooth, through the nose. If you're struggling with the breath, then just breathe easy through the nose. So don't worry about actually going with the movement. If this is making you feel as if you're getting a light air hunger, or if the breath comes a little bit chaotic, then just breathe in and out through the nose. But the key is to allow the breath to happen. So again, I'm not going, I'm not breathing, I'm just allowing the breath to happen through the nose, not with the nose. It's just started to rain here, so there's a really nice light rain shower going on the roof. It's quite relaxing. Let's see if we can do alternate arms. So this is where it all gets a bit confusing. So let's go rock back, left arm floats up, left arm floats back down, rock back, left, right, and then back down. So as this left arm floats up, feel the energy all down that left side of the body. Feel the strength and the structure down the right side of the body. Feel how your feet connect to the ground. Feel how that bubbling spring point, bubbling well point connects to the ground. In Chinese medicine, that's kidney 1 point. Feel the flow and feel the rhythm. Let's do one more each side. And then slow it down. And just bring your feet shoulder width. Again, just find that balance. Connected to the ground, lifted up to the sky. Relaxing the shoulders. Step back out. We'll do the movement first. You bring your palms up towards the chest. When you get to the chest, you're just going to rotate, and it's like you're just lifting something above you. And then we're going to circle back out. Soft arms, circling back out. And again, you can have that little rock back, and then you can open, very subtle rock forwards, lift, and a nice big circle. Rock back, lift, look up, now let's coordinate the movement, the breath with that. So if you can, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Now again, if you start to struggle with the breath or you start to feel a little bit light air hunger, then you can breathe in, breathe out, or whatever is comfortable for you. The key is that the breath is smooth, soft, effortless and rhythmical. But if you can, breathing in, breathing out. And let's just do that to a count. So we'll do 5-5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, out, in, out. Breathing light, slow, and deep into the body. In, out. Let's do one more. In, out. Bring palms to belly. Step your feet together. If it's comfortable for you, just close your eyes. And just let the body bring itself back to balance. So you don't have to do anything. If there's a little bit of a sway, side to side, or spiraling, feel any tiny micro movements you might be able to make to adjust. So maybe just lift that crown a little bit towards the sky a little bit more. Relax the shoulders a little bit more. And then focus on the breath. So lips lightly together. Tongue just resting gently on the roof of the mouth. Just allow the breath to be easy, smooth, effortless. Bringing our body and breath back to balance. And if your mind wanders off, which it naturally will, then you just bring your mind back to balance, focusing on whatever point we're focusing on the breath. It's actually really nice with the sounds and the bird sounds out here, is you can tune into the bird sounds and then just bring the attention back to the breath. And at the top of the next inhale, open your eyes if you had your eyes closed. Step your feet out. Have a little bit of a shake, whatever you feel you need, maybe a stretch, or go back to bed. Brilliant. Excellent. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate you joining this morning. Just a reminder, or if anybody isn't aware, I'm doing a lunch and learn on Friday with Sheila McNamara. Sheila is an international voice coach and we're talking with breath, we're always saying, well, you want to breathe 24/7 through the nose, but obviously when we're talking, you can't breathe 24/7 through the nose. So it's how to use the breath, how to use the voice efficiently. So it's going to be a really good session. So join on Friday if you can for the Lunch and Learn. I'll pop the details, I'll pop the link in the comments box on YouTube, on Facebook, if you don't have the link. Have a great day. Again, thank you very much for joining, and hopefully I'll see you all on Thursday. Take care. Bye. Thank you.